Alright guys, welcome back to the second update on Invest 92p, which is currently looking very good, as you can see on the satellite imagery. Definitely near a tropical cyclone designation by the JTWC. As of the 18Z update though, they have kept it at 25 knots, which I think might be being a bit conservative at this time. Maybe 30 knots at least. ASCAT depicts that as well, but ASCAT does depict still a pretty elongated center of circulation, meaning that the storm isn't quite there yet, but it is definitely going to be getting there. Now, this storm will be a threat, potentially for parts of Australia, especially the Queensland region, with potentially, according to the GFS, if you're a follower of that model, a Category 2 making landfall along the coast. Hopefully not. The GFS is also the most aggressive model, I'll mention. Peaking the storm with winds of at least 140 miles per hour and a pressure of, I believe, in the 920s in millibars. So incredibly powerful storm. The Havze, though, usually more reliable, predicting still a Category 4, so quite a powerful storm and definitely quite an active South Pacific season. We're already at Lola and Mal. And now we're getting this storm as well, which I'm not entirely sure what the next name is, but I believe this will be named by the Bureau of Meteorology if it does get named. I believe it is in their area of responsibility now, which will make it their right to name it once it does reach tropical storm intensity. And of course, their criteria of the tropical storm force winds having to be in 3 quadrants of the storm system. But currently the storm has maximum sustained winds, according to SAB, of 40 miles per hour with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's got a minimum central pressure from them of 997 millibars, and it's moving west-southwest at about 5 miles per hour, and this is estimated by SAB as of about 2 hours ago, as I am making this. Intensity estimates, the JTWC are at 30 miles per hour, the Bureau of Meteorology is slightly higher at 35 miles per hour. We're at 40 miles per hour along with SAB, however it's probably between that 30 to 40 mile per hour range as of this time, and it might not be a tropical cyclone yet. The main reason why SAB is at 40 miles per hour is because banding isn't clear cut on their Dvorak analysis, basically meaning that they're unsure of how good the banding actually is. So they have gone with their meta-analysis, which basically means they've gone with a current intensity of 2.5, which on the Dvorak scale, all you really need to know is that is 35 knots or 40 miles per hour. Take a look at the Bureau of Meteorology's forecast code. You can see quite an aggressive forecast you can see here. Category 3 Australian scale, and then you can see that wind field expanding in the late day. And they're expecting a tropical cyclone by the 6th. And then a intense tropical cyclone, or not intense, sorry, a Category 3 tropical cyclone by the 7th. So some pretty quick intensification. Within a day, it reaches Category 3. And I wouldn't be surprised if this has been even conservative at this stage. Most models are on board with quite a strong system, especially the hurricane models like the H-Dwarf and the Havze, like I mentioned before. But it could be a threat to Australia. I guess we'll just have to see how things evolve over the coming days. Take a look at the GFS ensembles. This is a really worrying picture from the GFS ensembles. This is pretty much every model predicting a very strong landfall, 981 millibars near the landfall site. That's the mean of the ensembles. The mean of the ensembles while it's traversing the coral sea is 968. So that's probably a Category 2. 981 is probably near Category 2, but probably a Category 1 though. And then landfall in the Queensland region, similar to a cyclone in 2015. I forgot the name of it now. Cyclone Marcia. I'm pretty sure I made landfall near this region, maybe a bit further south, but regardless, it's going to be a pretty big threat if the GFS ensembles do play out. Here's the Havze latest wind swap. You can see Category 4 is expected. If you look carefully, you can kind of see that dark red sliver. That is Category 4 equivalent winds of, I believe, the peak from them is 120 knots. You can see it actually weakens, but then it starts to re-strengthen again. So the Havze is not really sure where it's taking it currently, towards Queensland, or if it's just going to meander around in the Coral Sea and then dissipate. But I guess we'll see as things evolve. Like I said before, it's still a pretty uncertain forecast as of this time. Take a look at some visible imagery now. The sun is just rising over the Solomon Islands and this storm system, 92p. You can see pretty decent convection, pretty good banding, pretty good lower level circulation, pretty good upper level circulation. We've got some good outflow in the storm system as well, and it's definitely really close to that cyclone intensity, or that tropical storm intensity. It's definitely going to be getting there soon, and I won't be surprised if we see a JTWC designation within the next 12 hours or so it'll probably get there within that time period. Here's water vaporimetry. Yet again, you can clearly see really good banding and really good convection, really moist environment. The Coral Sea not as moist right now, but where it is currently, pretty moist, and I doubt that's going to really hinder the storm's development right now. Maybe a bit later on in life if that dry air sustains itself, but based on most of the models predicting rapid intensification, I don't think it will, and we'll likely be seeing a Category 1 at least in the Coral Sea in the coming days, especially probably nearing Saturday and Sunday. That's when we're going to start to see some significant intensification of the storm system, or maybe even before that. It is definitely possible. Anyway, thank you for watching this update on Invest 92p. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next update. Peace out.